Today we're going to start with Neapolitans or custard slices as it is known. By starting, we have our dough, we're rolling it out on the table. Before we do it, we put a little dust of flour so that the dough does not stick to the table. So now, just unwind it from the paper, as easy as this. Fine, now we just peel off the paper, and now we have a nice piece of dough here. We can just stretch a little, so it's nice and even. Okay, so the next thing we do, custard slices are consisting of two pieces. It is the bottom piece and the top piece. So we take a little measurement of the tray, the baking tray, and we see approximately how big a piece would we need. So something like that, and we need two pieces. So if we have the tray like this, and we bake off two pieces, we cut a piece like this and another piece like that. So these pieces are now the same. Then we put them on the tray beside each other. And then what we do, make sure that it is even on the paper. There we go. And then with a simple fork, we're making little holes in the dough, and that will prevent the dough from blowing up on us, because we want to have a nice flaky but thin layer of pastry dough. So that is the only thing what we have to do at this time on the dough before we bake it. Just make some holes in it like that, and voila! Now we can just place it in the oven and bake it until it is done for approximately 20 minutes. Depending on the ovens, because every oven is different. So it might take 10 minutes. It shouldn't take longer than 15 minutes. Now it is in the oven, and we wait until it is baked. And then we'll finish off the rest of it. Okay, that's it for now. Now for the finish of our Neapolitans or custard slices. As we have baked our puff pastry and it comes out like this when it is done, now we're ready for put the custard. We have pre-cooked our custard and make it a nice stiff custard. There's two ways of doing this. You can put this into a form and then put it in, or you can just simply do it this way. You spread the custard over the bottom layer of the puff pastry, and nice and even with a palette knife or spatula, as you will. Just spread it evenly on it. Let's give it a little more. So spread it into the middle. Don't touch the outside so much, otherwise it is going to come all out from the side. So we leave this from the inside, like this here. Okay. Now we have this all nice and even. And then we take this other piece over here and we put it upside down. Spread that on there. And if we squeeze a little bit out, then we can just smoothen this nicely out on the sides and on this side too. So just like that. so that it is nice and tight. And then the custard has to be getting a little bit cooler so it stiffens up. Okay, so now for the rest, what we're going to do is we're going to finish it up. So the next thing we have is fondant. Now there is an easy way of making fondant. This kind of fondant is made with an egg white and some icing sugar. About a cup of icing sugar to 1 egg white. And what you do, you put it onto the stove and warm it up till it is just feels a little warm. And then what we do is we pour it over the middle of the and a little spatula, we just spread it over the top to the sides like that. Twist around because it is easier to work away from you. Okay, we might need a little more. There we go. Now if you wanted to give it a little taste, you can put a little vanilla flavor into this here, into your fondant. The next thing we do is we melt a bit of baker's chocolate that comes in a little block into your grocery store, and then with a teaspoon you take that out and you just make lines on it, just like that. Just let it drip off of your spoon. There we go. And you can use either a little knife or a toothpick, and the only thing you have to do is go like this, 1, 2, 3, and then you go this way and this way, that way and that way, and voila, you have a marble countertop. Not quite, but a delicious Neapolitan or custard slices. And you let it dry up, and at the oven it is all dry and ready. You can cut it in desired pieces you want. The best thing is to use a sharp little knife, a little serrated knife, and you just cut it first to the layer and to the second, and then you keep cutting the custard, and then you just go follow the line and cut the bottom line out of it, and you have a nice sharp cut. And they're ready to eat. Thank you very much.